Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Laundromat and another OBS tutorial. I am your host, the Wash God, and today we're going to go ahead and be setting up our video settings in OBS as well as learning how to create a new scene. In the first video, I showed you guys how to go ahead and download and install OBS, get it up and running on your system in under 2 minutes. And if you haven't done so, go check that video out right here. But in the meantime, go ahead, turn your PC on, get comfy, get a bag of popcorn, get some G Fuel, whatever you got to do. Let's go ahead and dig in. All right, guys, now that we're over in OBS, we have it open up on our desktop. The first thing that we want to do is we want to go down to our settings tab over here in our controls. Once we have that, we're going to go ahead and click stream, make sure that we're connected to our streaming service. After that, we're going to go down to output mode. Change your output mode over to advanced. It's going to be on simple once you first come in, but we're going to go ahead and click it over and change it to advanced. Make sure your encoder is set to the NVENC H.264 encoder. If not, it's going to be on the X.264. If you have a graphics card that cannot handle or a lower end graphics card, I advise you to use the X.264 encoder. It's processor based. We're going to rescale our output. For me, I stream on Twitch, so a good resolution to stream on Twitch that I found is a 1664 by 936. All right, you actually have to type that one in. That is not a native resolution. I found that that gives you the best resolution and quality and performance. A lot of people on Twitch or a streaming service, we all watch off of our cell phone nowadays. So we want to go ahead and make sure that the people watching on their cell phone has the best experience. I found that the 1664 by 936 gives them that experience. Next, we want to come down here. We're not going to mess with our rate control. We're going to change our bit rate. I use 4500. I tell people a good rule of thumb is to start off about 3000 and then bump it up from there to see what your system can handle. Next, we're going to change our keyframe intervals to 2. We're going to leave our, oh, I'm sorry, we're on CPU usage. Okay, my bad. Once we get over here, we're going to lose our preset on slower, leave the tuning on high quality, leave the multi-pass mode on 2 passes, leave your profile on high. And if it's not checked, make sure that your look ahead and cycle visual tuning are checked. Everything else is fine like that. We're going to go ahead and hit apply. Your video settings should be great now. Okay. Once we go back over, and then we're going to go over here to our video. I like to use apparently I can't use a downscaling because I'm streaming in what I'm outputting. So everything matches up. But if you weren't, like I said before, I like to use the 1664 by 936. Now, I also like, I cannot pronounce this one, Laundy. I found that one to work best. It doesn't bog your system down or anything like that. We're going to go ahead and apply. Your video settings are done. They're set up. They're good to go. Okay. Okay, if you don't see this, you're going to want to go over to your docs and hit stats. This brings up all your stats for your stream. Shows you your CPU usage, how much disk space you have available if you're recording, how much memory you're using, your FPS, we're streaming in 60 frames a second, your average time to render, your frames missed due to rendering lag, and your skip frames due to encoding lag. This information right here is probably the creme de la creme of important information for your stream. If you start running into rendering lag, it's a video issue. You have to go in here and change some settings. It's an encoding issue as far as what it's sending out to your streaming service. If you start skipping frames, then it's your video issue. You might want to downscale your output. If you're streaming in, let's say, 1080, or you're running a 1440p monitor, you know, those type of things. But this stats bar is going to be your best friend. You can just drag and drop it wherever you would like to in OBS. It has a couple different places it'll let you put it. I like to have mine down here next to everything, just as a rule of thumb. Next, we're going to go ahead and create our first scene. This is super simple. We're not going to get all in depth or all involved with it. We're going to make the first scene. We're going to add a video source. We're going to add a video source. Basic. I was about to go off and start telling you guys how to do more advanced things, but we're going to keep it basic. And all you do to add a scene, you are already giving a default scene. It's blank. You see nothing here. It's all black. You can't see me. I can't see nothing, right? We go up here. We're going to go to add. You can click the little plus button down here, or you can right click in this box and click add as well. We're going to add our capture device. Me personally, I'm going to do a display capture. So it's going to bring in my monitor. Me, I'm going to name it to gaming display. You can name it whatever you would like. So that I can't spell. You can name it whatever you would like, so that way it's easy for you to find. We're going to go ahead and choose which display we're going to use. I'm using my 1980 by 10, my 1920 by 1080 monitor. We're going to go ahead and keep the capture cursor. Because I'm in OBS on the screen, you're going to get the infinite windows, right? I'm going to right click this. Oh, good. Look, another little tip. You ever move or mistransform your source? All you have to do is right click the source up here in OBS in your preview window, come down to transform. Look at this, fit the screen. Bow, brings it right back. Or a shortcut, Control F, brings it right back. All right, so don't panic if you accidentally stretch it out and can't get the aspect ratio back. Super simple fix, Control F or right click, transform, fit the screen. Super simple. Boom. Just like that, we have our first scene in OBS. It's done. This is the first scene. That's the first scene. Super simple, super easy. We can go ahead and now on top of this OBS, or on top of our first layer, we can go ahead and add a camera source. We can go ahead and add browser sources. We can add our alerts. We can add whatever we want to do. The power is ours at this point. We can make this as fancy or as basic as we would like. But stick around for the next tutorial for that. All right, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Until next time, as always, take care of one another. It's two fingers to the sky, y'all. Peace.